Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to Super Imaginative Toy Review. And today I will be looking at the 2005 release by Bandai of the Super Imaginative Chogokin action figure review. And today's video is a final part 3 video for the volume number 31 of the Akumaizer 3, and today we'll be focusing our review on Gabura. Now, I have to apologize in advance because there's a lot of background noise going on right now because there's an event held in front of a mall and they are trying to promote this singer from Taiwan or Hong Kong. I'm not too sure. I didn't even bother to go out, and you can hear a lot of noises going on with the two announcers there, one male and one female there, and there's got to be music going on as well if I'm hazard to guess. Anyways, the figure and the rest of the accessories has been removed out from packaging, so let's take a look at the accessories first. He comes with 3 weapons, and one of them is a fencing sword similar to Zabuton and Ibiru's fencing sword, except with a little bit of modification. He calls this as the Garado blade. As you can see, is similar as a fencing sword with Zabuton and Ibiru. You got this clear translucent plastic going on with the entire blade, with this section here that's painted in purple. Very nice. Now you also notice that this section also painted in silver, and there's a little bit of bronze similar to Zabuton and Ibiru's blade. However, what's different is that the handguard here has protruding spikes. Very nice, making it very unique to Gabura's weapon. Also, the handle here is not die cast at all. This is pure plastic material which is painted in gray. Very nice. Next we have his giant battle axe. Now the battle axe is very nicely done. As you can see, it's painted in silver and metallic paint job with a little bit of gold. Very nice. Now up close you will notice there's a little bit of details going on, especially on the cracks here, and you got a lot of rivets going on, a lot of etchings going on. Very nice, very detailed stuff. And there's the handle itself. Very nice. Now the entire axe is, doesn't have any die cast material, it's just pure plastic material, but very nicely done. Then we have his signature weapon, the Denball. As you can see, the Denball is actually like a morning star, a spiked morning star with the spikes. The top section of the spikes slowly protrude upwards rather than the sides itself. You can see the middle section of the spikes here are all protruding straight except for the top section there. Very nice. And then you got the handle, which is painted in silver and gray. Now what's very nice about this Denball is, you can hear the rattling sound, is that when you pull this out, it reveals a very long chain, as you can see there. Now the chain is made of a plastic material, not even metallic at all. However, this section here, the ring here, is actually made of metal. Very nice. I really like how they actually store this mace and a spike ball chain here. All you have to do is just place the chain into the hole like so, and there you have it. Very nice. And when rattled around, it's just like a baby rattle toy. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. The figure's paint job is very nicely done. Very little amount of paint smudges, but still very, very nice. You got a lot of blue going on, metallic blue paint job on the breastplate and the gauntlets itself. Very nice, very bright in colors. And you also got this gold paint job all over the edges or inside of the armor itself, especially on the boobs there, and the bottom section of the gauntlets. Very nice. Also at the belt section here, a little bit of gold paint job, and also at the back. There's also a lot of nice metallic paint job through the tubings. Very nice. Silver paint job on the the bulbs all over the gauntlet itself. The fingers are painted in really dark red colors. You got the ties there, which is painted in flat black, and the linings are painted in a little bit of blue. The entire boots here are painted in dark red. Very nice. And there's the back of the section itself. Now the eyes is painted in gold, and if you review the mouth, there you have it, the mouth. The row of teeth is also painted in gold, and the tongue is a little bit of green there. Very nice. Let's take a look at the figure's mold. The mold is very unique because he doesn't actually, well, have any parts shared among Zabuton and Ibiru. As you can see there, every part of his body is very bulky and large, especially on the top section here. This is the most heaviest part of the body itself, very top heavy. Very nice details. On the back section here, you got a lot of rivets going on. A lot of armor parts. His butt itself. His breastplate armor. Shoulder pads here. Now, the die-cast material is on the lower leg section. This is the die-cast material, and that's all the die-cast material there is. The belt here and the tubings are all plastic. Really love the amount of details they put onto the gauntlet, especially if you twist it on one side, you get to see all the nicer details there. He actually has 3 fingers. Very nice. Now, what's interesting about Gabura here is that he actually has muscle restrainer. Yes, according to the, well, from the research I read, if you remove the muscle restrainer, which of course the figure you can't remove the muscle restrainer, but in the show, if he removes the muscle restrainer, he will become even more stronger than he currently is. The boots there, very nice, and the back section of the boots, you get this bulging things, no idea what it is. You see, the lower section of the boots itself, very pointy, very nice, very nicely done with the details. Now, what's interesting is that the head and the upper bicep uses a purple clear translucent plastic material, so you can actually see through the parts there. Very nice. Now, the head sculpt is very nice. It looks bulbous. It kind of reminds me of Slimer from, well, Ghostbusters. Very nice. And you get to see the inside of his mouth as well. Very detailed stuff. Row of teeth, even his tongue there. Very detailed stuff. A lot of nice little wrinkles there. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. Now he is very bulky, so he is lacking some of the articulation. The head here comes with, well, 2 ball joints actually, so you can actually pivot the head downwards a little bit, upwards a little bit, side to side, or turn 360 degrees, like so. Now the jaws itself is actually articulated. It's on a hinge, so you can go up and down like so. But it's a bit loose actually, as you can see there. So I have to push the jaws all the way up to close it. Now the torso here is also on a ball joint here, and the waist joint is also on a ball joint. So you can actually pivot the body down a little bit, back a little bit, and that's about it. But it can swivel 360 degrees on the waist. Very nice. Now for the shoulder joints here is on a ball joint, 2 ball joints, one from that connects to the shoulder itself, the other one connects to the other side of the shoulder. So you can actually pivot the arms down a little bit, or up a little bit, or side to side like so. And speaking of which, the shoulders can also move forward and back and spread the arms this far, not a lot. Elbow joint is rather disappointing. Also similar to the shoulder joints itself, is a ball joint on both ends. So you can actually bend the elbow this far, and this is as far you can go being straight. You can also bend it on the sides as well. And also don't forget turn 360 degrees. Rather limited articulation for the elbow joint because he can't bend the elbow joint that far. Then we have a wrist joint which is also on a ball joint that can turn 360 degrees like so, and can go inwards and outwards. Each of the individual fingers here is actually articulated. The thumb there is on the ball joint, you can twist it all around. The fingers here, as you can see, is on a hinge, is articulated. Very nice. What I really don't like is this side of the wrist itself, because it pops out really easily, but you can still put it back in as well, like so. Now, on the hip joints here, the legs can move forward. It's also on the ball joint, and to the sides a little bit. There is no swivel tie. Knee joint here can bend this far, and there's also a lower knee joint here, sort of like a double joint, that bend this far. Then we have the ankle joint here, which is, as you can see, is on a hinge. You can actually pivot the ankles upwards and downwards, but you cannot twist the ankles all over the place. It's on a hinge there, so it's a bit disappointing on that part. Now, what's also another disappointing part about Gabura here is that he has a problem wielding his weapons, because they loose finger joints here on the hinge joint here. It tends to have some problems trying to hold the weapon properly, so you have to use the ball joint from the thumb itself to do most of the support. As you can see, it's a bit loose trying to hold the axe itself, and the jaw itself is a bit loose as well. It tends to get dislocated from the head. So the joints is an issue here, but the overall figure is very nice. And you also notice that the chest piece here is also loose, but I'm not too sure why it's like that. It's not like you can actually remove it. Overall, the figure is actually not bad. It's very top heavy, so posing him is a little bit, well, challenging at times, because when you try to pose him, and if it's too heavy on the back there, it will just topple backwards. Furthermore, the hands itself is a bit too loose, so holding weapons is a bit pain at times. And he's lacking some of the articulation to have him pose in a really good pose. But overall, the design, the details, and the sculpt and the paint job is very nice. There are a little bit of paint smudges there, here, but not as bad as Ibiru. So if I'm going to give a rating on this, I'll give it a nice 8 out of 10. Yes, a nice 8 out of 10 for Gabura. So I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05, and I'm signing off.